Good morning, the 25th of December. Don't burn the candles at both ends. Don't burn the candle at both ends. The mind must be given relaxation. It will rise improved, sharper after a good break. Just as rich fields must not be forced, for they will quickly lose their fertility. Constant work on the anvil will fracture the force of the mind. But regains its power if it is set free and relaxed for a while. Seneca there, from a Daily Stoic, taken from a Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and Ryan is discussing how Marcus Aurelius and Seneca were very different characters, personalities. One was one of the five best, greatest, acclaimed Roman empires, and one was a person who seemed to like work, who seemed to be a good person. So it sort of asks, who would you rather be? Marcus Aurelius was in charge of the Roman army. He had huge responsibilities and had to make huge decisions. Whereas Seneca was a teacher, and he had the balance. He seemed to enjoy himself. He found enjoyment in drinking wine and relaxation, along with studies of Stoicism. So yeah, I didn't know what burning a candle at both ends meant, but I've looked it up, and it's defined as it means that you start early in the morning, and then you believe you have to work all the way through to the end of the night. So you burn the candle one side, then you realise, that candle's burning out, so you switch it over and you light the other side just to keep the candle going. And soon enough, the candle will disintegrate instead of leaving maybe a little bit at the bottom. So yeah, I understand that, and understanding and knowledge of something and experiencing it, it's how we learn. It's how we learn knowledge and experience. And yes, it's just today is just drawing awareness to making note of how much rest you're getting, how much rest you're giving your mind, and as Seneca, setting it free from the work, setting it free from having to do the belief in having to do things. And a lot of people tell me, I've been busy today, and it's great to keep busy, and when people believe that to improve your mental health, it's good to keep busy. That's a belief. And busy is commonly used, but in fact, is it true? Is that true? Is it true that we should be keeping busy, or keeping busy, is that just, I believe I've discussed this before, is that just distracting us from our pain inside? And can we just sit in silence, be happy just sitting in silence and being that person, instead of, always cause effect? Narrow the gap between cause and effect by just being that person you want to be, and maybe have a glass of wine in between your work. Set a time, stick to a time. Right, I'm going to do this thing. Have a clear intention at the start of the day. Right, I'm going to do this thing until that time, and then I'm going to stop. Wherever I am, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to spend time with family. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to call someone. I'm going to read a book I enjoy reading. I'm going to watch a meaningless movie. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do some fitness. I'm going to meditate. Instead of having to think, I need to get this done, and if I don't get this done, I won't get the approval, I won't get the gratification. Because when we're in that state, it's a survival state, and when we're in survival state, it's like, yes, if we're in that state, it's like we're burning the candle at both ends all the time. And it's thinking about, right, am I on this planet just to survive? What is, or am I here to be creative? And the soul wants to expand. The consciousness wants to expand through us. And when we're constantly on the anvil, constantly busy, and not stopping and sort of listening to our soul and what it wants to do, the less consciousness we come, and more unconscious we come, and that leads to bad habits, as Ryan says. Bad habits, it might be gambling, like it was with me, alcohol, pornography, sex, social media, eating copious amounts of food, overindulging, and these are all unconscious habits we have. So today it's drawing our awareness to that, to resting our mind, closing our eyes, just focusing in on the breaths. Being aware of distractions, slowly going into a trance of just you and the breaths, your soul, the expansion you're going to feel today. So yes, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to give our rich fields a break, and I'll look forward to speaking to you tomorrow, if tomorrow happens. But I could speak to you today. Grateful that I could share, be a vessel, be a filter, vessel, conduit for what I'm learning, and I'm just glad I can share with you what I'm learning and interpret it for you and put it in my own words, and at the same time not just regurgitating, putting it into, trying to put it into my experience, what I'm reading from the Daily Stoic, and put into my experience, to show you, what I'm learning, because I am learning, and I'm just grateful I can share my journey with you on this channel for the last 2 months. And yes, December's month of mortality, and keep growing, we'll keep growing together, and tomorrow is a new day. Today is here, uploading now.